Hey everyone, we're coming to you today from the Kenai Peninsula here in Alaska. We're fishing with Alaska Kenai Adventures.
It's the world famous Kenai River. We've got 2 boats loads of people. We're going after trophy rainbows today.
Trophy Rainbows is going to be a great show. Stay tuned.
Keep watching.
Hi guys, welcome to Alaska Kenai Adventures and Northwest Fishing. Let's go fishing!
Lord, it feels good to get away. I'm going fishing, going fishing, yeah.
The average moose, when they have calves, they typically have 2. Very rarely do we see triplets, but the statistics that I've read about say that 50% of all moose calves die from bear predation. I've read somewhere that a bear can smell a moose being birthed like a crazy distance, somewhere around 100 miles away. Their sense of smell is really keyed in on the baby moose. They're the first big piece of food for them as they're coming out of hibernation. So it's pretty rare to see 3. These look like 3 that just got booted from their mom. My guesstimation is those moose are 2 years old.
Pretty colors. Trout lunkers. Put these out. Back roll.
Hey everybody, we got a couple different techniques out here. Mike's doing some fly fishing, Sean, and we're pulling plugs. We're pulling plugs, yeah. Yeah, we got small little plugs, little hot shots here. Gotta look like some minnows, kinda got a nice color, got a lot of sound. Trout like little rattle in there, and spinning rods. Spinning rods, holders, yeah, we're just pulling against current right now, drifting slowly down. What do you think is better, the fly fishing technique or this one?
I like fly fishing more, but this time of year right now with this watercolor that we got, I think this is the more effective method to catch more.
It can be productive, right? We're looking for some numbers. It's all catch and release today though, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we don't keep any of these trout. They're our business partners. We want them to keep living and getting big.
So super fun. I'm gonna go over to Mike and he's gonna tell you about their fly fishing approach for this morning. Quick note, this episode brought to you by Grundens, Northwest Fishing and Grundens. We are fishing.
Alex, we had a bit of a run, what, about 15 minutes or so?
We just ran up from Bing's Landing up to basically the outflow where the Kenai River starts on the middle section of the Kenai River. We're just below Ski Lac Lake. This section here we call Super Hole. About a 20-25 minute boat ride up from Bing's. It's a beautiful day. We're getting ready to start doing some fly fishing.
Okay, well, we've got the gear ready and I'm pumped up to get some big old rainbows here.
Throw it out, touch the water, big lift. Click it where you want it to go, mend it, lift the tip, and follow. And I'll drift with the boat. Okay, we're in gear right now. We're just perfect. You keeping us straight? Oh, the motor's just doing it. Perfect. All right, cool. And then what's gonna happen is, when that indicator goes down, I'm gonna give it a nice big hook set. Okay. If there's not a fish on there, I'm gonna put it right back in.
Here, so
Now, when we've got it out like
that
this,
looks perfect.
you want us to keep it out there and just let it drift along with the boat.
Don't feel like you're moving,
Yeah.
but you really are. Yeah, if you look at the shore, we're drifting, we're covering a decent amount of water.
Okay.
Just gonna rip it hard. It's a nice fish, yeah. It's a good one. Here's hold this rod. You're good. Go straight up with it. There we go. And we're gonna land him. You know, with both arms high. Let go of the reel. Get that rod really bent, and you're gonna do like this. Nice little trout. That's a good one. It's like an average Kenai fish there. Good job, Pete.
Nice.
Alright, you can lower the rod. Perfect.
Ooh, those are chromers.
Yeah. Alright. So when when we're practicing catch and release, it's really important that we take care of the fish. We want this fish to grow, get bigger, so we can catch them later on. So it's important we wet our hands. I try to keep the fish out of the water as little as possible. 10 seconds is the rule on my boat. So exposure to the air, 10 seconds, we're releasing. So I got my hands nice and wet. I get a hold of them. They're slippery, tough to get a hold of. Get a nice grip on them. And keep them in the water as long as I can. Remove that fly. All right, are you ready for your photo, Keith?
Yep.
All right, I like to keep them outside of the boat. There we go.
That's a beautiful fish.
Good job. First one of the day. Here we go. All right, cool. Good job, Keith.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Are there steelhead in this river as well?
Yep, so we do see steelhead return to the Kenai. They typically come back in the fall, September, October, November timeframe. It's not a huge run of them, and we catch them the same way that we're catching the rainbows. Steelhead are typically a little skinnier than the rainbow trout, a little bit longer. And you can tell the difference between the two of them because they typically do not have dots below the lateral line on the fish. And they're also a lot brighter in color. They're normally a very bright chrome silver color. And they fight like hell, and they're awesome, but we're looking for really big fat rainbows in the fall, so sometimes it's almost a disappointment when it is a steelhead. The trophy size on this river for rainbows is anything over 12 pounds, which is typically a fish that's 30 plus inches long. What happens is the Kenai River rainbows get really, really big and fat eating all the salmon. So the salmon spawn and they die. That amount of protein, the eggs and the carcasses of the fish really is what makes the rainbows on this river special. Good, good, good. That's good. Let's go one more, Eric. Pierce, pick that up and throw it on the other side.
Gotta be a fish in there.
Nice job.
More action coming after the break. You're watching Northwest Fishing TV.
The way we start our season out here on the Kenai, on the 1st of May, the Kenai River actually closes from a marker a few miles downstream from where we're at, all the way to the mouth of Kenai Lake. And they do that for the rainbow trout to spawn. It closes from the 1st of May until the 11th of June. And the life cycle of the trout is pretty interesting. So they hang out close to the lake or in the lake all winter long. The water gets really low and cold, and they typically stay in some deeper holes very close to the lake or in the lake where the water temperature is much more stable and there's food. In the spring, the water level comes up, it warms up, they migrate out of that lake and they spawn in this area that we're fishing. So that's why it's closed to fishing from the 1st until the 11th of June. So they spawn typically until about this time of the year, middle of June. And then once they're done spawning, they either go back into the lake where there's more food, typically salmon smolt, or they chase the salmon smolt that are going out to the ocean. And they'll migrate all the way down to the mouth of the river. So the rainbows will spread out throughout the entire river, feeding on those salmon smolt. But at the exact same time, the red salmon and the king salmon are beginning their run into the river. So the fish are down there eating the baby salmon. All of a sudden they see a big salmon swim by. That triggers an instinct for them to follow that salmon back up the river. At the same time, the people who live on the river are starting to catch the salmon. So guys like Pierce and Keith here who have a nice lodge on the river, and lots of other places up and down the Kenai, they have cleaning tables where they process their salmon that they catch. It's encouraged to throw the carcasses back into the river system. They're really important, and they feed everything around us. They're nutrients for the entire river. So you throw the carcasses, the guts, the eggs back into the river, and that triggers an instinct for the trout to really feed on that. So they get fat on those carcasses and eggs that we're catching, and they start feeding on those. So there will be trout all the way down to the mouth of the river through the middle to the later part of the summer. As the water level starts to drop in the fall, and it gets colder, that triggers an instinct for the trout to migrate up and look for the salmon that are beginning to spawn. So when the salmon are spawning, they will go ahead and sit right behind, the trout will sit right behind those salmon and gorge on the eggs. So that's when the trout fishing gets really amazing. So then they migrate back up and they do it all over again.
Yes.
Thanks. Mended there, Pierce? Perfect.
hand it their beers, feed it some wine.
So of course, a few times you're tapping the bottom and it looks like you're getting the strikes, but that was my first real strike from a rainbow, and you can tell the difference immediately. I knew that was a fish. And yeah, now I know what I'm looking for.
The Kenai River can spoil you. I get a lot of people who've never fly fished before in their lives. They come out here, especially during the peak times of the season, which is mid-August through the end of September. The rainbow trout are really gorging on the eggs. It's a very simple technique. We can typically get anybody to hook into fish and catch fish. We just hooked one. Oh, there it is. We got a double. Yeah, 2 on. Strip, 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 strip. Perfect. Here we go.
The big one.
So put that line back under your finger. He's still on there, Eric. Strip under your hand. Strip. Nope. Nope. The other. I think I go under your hand. Yeah, you're okay. You got one on? There you go, Eric. You got a better fish? No, he snagged. He fouled. Shoot. We're gonna let him go quickly. Little guy. We're watching something. There we go. He's off. Beautiful. This is the nursery today. We're just looking for the babies, I guess. This is not the average Kenai rainbow. They average 16 to 18 inches on this section of river. And I've seen them in the 30, 32, 34 inch range. Typically every year we hook into a handful of fish that are over that size. Landing them is a different story.
That was a good first drift. We caught several fish. We've come back up to the top of the run. Let's check in with Rob and Hillary and see how they're doing.
There he is. He's on there. All right. Yeah.
I think we got the first fish.
You want to try to reel it and stay on?
Let's go.
Yeah. Just straight up between these 2 lines.
Are there any handling rules we need to know about?
Yeah, so we like to keep our hands wet when we catch fish so we don't ruin their skin. We like to keep them in the water while we are messing around and unhooking them and getting ready for a picture. We leave them over the side of the boat in the water so they're still breathing. And then we'll take them out, wet hands, quick picture, get them back in the water as soon as we can, yeah? He's a little guy.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he's just gonna go. All right.
There we go. First fish of the day.
He's so small you fit through the holes in the net.
Not exactly what we're targeting. So the average size, what do you think, Sean?
16 to 20 inches average size on these rainbows.
Okay. But there's some big boys, huh?
Yeah, the biggest I've caught is 34 inches.
Okay.
So they do get very large.
Get it, May. Get it, get it, get it, get it.
There you go. Hey! Very nice.
Don't put it out of the water, man. Leave it in the water. You have to scale all the way there. You're doing great.
Doing great.
Very nice. Oh, that's a nice one, yeah. All right, lift up high. There we go. Got a little pocket of trout
there, yeah.
Hanging right on this deep shelf. We went from 2 fish down to 5 there.
I think yeah, there he is. Oh, he
And
popped
there you
off.
go. Perfect. That's what we're gonna do anyway.
Yeah, it's catch and release, but is that kind of normal? What's your hookup to land ratio on these usually?
On these plugs, let's say we land about 70, lose about 30. So
Okay.
We're right there. We've caught, well, we landed 2 or 3 and lost 1, so we're right in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Right
playing the
on par
number.
for it. Yep, that's right.
Very cool. Well, everybody, we'll be back after the break with more Northwest fishing and Alaska Kenai Adventures.
We're doing pretty great.
We're doing good.
Yeah, we're getting fish after fish.
Yeah.
Love it. It's my turn up next, but let's check in with Mike and see how those guys are doing over there.
clear.
What an amazing view of those mountains behind us. That is incredible.
That's a real one.
Good job.
Right when we were not paying attention.
I know.
He smoked it.
I wasn't even watching.
Me too. They hit it hard. Real. You want that right bit. Good pull on him. He pulls back, let go. Real fast. I'm gonna take off on you. Let go.
Woo!
Nice.
That's lovely. Yeah, pull to the left. Good pressure. All right.
How's it feel, Eric?
Feels good. A lot better than the first couple we caught today, but
Yeah.
this is gonna.
Go ahead and lift. Reel to the bobber. Nice job, Eric! Ooh.
Got a leech biter.
Breath there. Here you go.
Beautiful.
Nice. Thank you guys.
Yeah. There you go. Good job, Mike.
Sean. Mike.
All right, we ready?
Ready to land that monster?
These are beautiful fish. They are chrome bright. And they got a lot of spunk. Even these little ones.
Come here, buddy. Come here. It's okay.
I'm a lefty that fishes right-handed mostly. I don't think this guy's a big guy.
He's not a huge fish, but he's got a big heart, you know? It's really fun.
So are we reeling down and pulling up on these guys? How do you guys do
I
it
like to
here?
keep just steady pressure on them. We do have the drag, so this one's not like ultra large to do that, but I do have the drag set to where they want to take some line. They can put line. Very nice. Look at him. Woo! All right, you can stop there, just lift up. I'll grab it. Show you the fish, very nice. Pop him off, and he is back in the water.
Nice color on that.
Yeah, yes. There's a brown bear swimming across the river down here.
We just saw a bear swimming across the Kenai here. We're right where the upper Keeley comes in. And yeah, it's pretty fun. Randy just lost a couple fish. But lots of action, having a great time.
Awesome.
That's a good looking fish. This one really slammed it.
Nice. Play now. Keep them away from the end. There we go. Very pretty.
Good looking fish. They are really aggressive. Huh, Sean?
Yeah, all these are hard fighting fish, super aggressive, very aerobatic. It's awesome. Lift up high, nice. There we go.
There you go, Rob.
Awesome.
Woo! Get in there. You got a picture? All right. Nice little rainbow.
Beautiful.
Send him on his way.
Woo! Good job, guys.
Yeah.
I like to say there's two trout in this river. There's one-handed rainbow trout and two-handed rainbow trout. The one-handed rainbow trout, you just take a picture with one-handed rainbow. Then there's fish in here that it is impossible to hold that fish with one hand. They're so fast. Let's reel them in. We're gonna put them away real quick. We're gonna go up to where Ski Lake meets the river and check out the lake. It's absolutely beautiful. And then we're gonna fish some holes up there and see what's happening.
Hey, we've come to the end of a really fun day here at Alaska Kenai Adventures. We're finished up on a day of trout fishing and clamming. We're visiting with Pierce and Keith of the lodge. And guys, I want to thank you for all the cool things that you've shown us here in at our stay.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys coming up, and we've had a great day today.
From the time we've gotten here, you guys have taken care of everything. Food's great, the rooms are comfortable, you've got gear for us, waiters, the processing's on site. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, we try to take care of you so you can come here and relax and enjoy some adventure.
It really is the Alaska experience up here, and I've done more things the last 4 days than I can keep track of. Just incredible.
Alaska is an amazing place. There's so much to see and do, from glacier viewing to bear viewing to seeing a lot of moose around. And yeah, we've customized every trip so you do exactly what you'd like to do. And you can learn more on our website at akalodge.com.
But isn't Pierce the guy that takes all those calls?
Yeah, Pierce takes the
That guy.
calls. So.
Yeah, I was born and raised right here on the peninsula, so I know everything there is to do here. So I can tailor your trip to meet what you want to do. You can reach me at 907-252-0705, or you can also get a hold of me through Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn through Alaska Kenai Adventures.
Well, for Rob and I, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week on the water.